Oh, I like the way bodybuilding is headed now. Man, I sweat like crazy. See this shit? I'm fucking drenched. Fouad. I don't know. I'd like to stay for a little longer. I like it in the UK. I'd like to stay and hang out with James a little bit. Thank you, Flex. Is Brett coming back? Brett's with a new company, and Brett is with a new podcast. So he'll probably be on that podcast. Which mainstream supplements have the highest profit margins right now? Pre-workout and BCA is my guess. It's not dependent on the product, it's dependent on the ingredients. Pre-workout can be very, very expensive to make if it's made right. Like our pre-workout is not cheap to make. So it doesn't really depend on the product, it depends on what's in the product. Any new products in the Stack series? Not for now. For now, I think we have enough in there. When are you going to commentate the Olympia? When they call me. Hostile or no style, that's right. Health supplements are on the way. I'm actually really excited. By the end of this year, hopefully, if all goes well, we're going to have an entire line of health supplements out to rival anybody's, because the formulas are just as crazy as our performance formulas. They're going to be crazy. It's going to be, I think, better than anything in the industry right now. We're probably going to do a multivitamin, multi-mineral pack. Could be a powder, but in individual packs. And then we're going to go from there to cholesterol, kidney, liver, digestive, brain function. We're going to cover all the bases, thyroid, fish oils. So all that hopefully will be out before the end of the year. I'm really, really looking forward to that. Do you want as many products as Raw and Revive? It seems like they have too much out there. I don't really know what their whole product line is. I'm happy with the products we have now, but you always want to keep getting better, right? So in my mind, when I'm creating products, I think, what does a bodybuilder need? And we have like a good base right now, but I feel like the vitamin line is going to be integral, because it's the one thing I feel like we don't have that bodybuilders need every day. Paul has not paid up for piercing his nipples yet. No, he hasn't. Would there be hostile headphones ever? I looked into it. Maybe. What's that say? The supplement competition is hard, but do you see collabs with two companies in the future? Nope. No, man, I'm hostile all the way. Like, I have my own vision for what I want. I know how I do things and how I want things to be with the company. My wife is, Natalia, what's up? My wife is, man, she's a fucking monster when it comes to supplements. Like, nobody compares, nobody. So, and I'm not saying that because she's my wife, but I don't think we're gonna collab with anybody. Between me and her, we have exactly in mind what we want to do, and we want to be the best. Sleep support will be coming as well. I don't know if it'll probably be after the vitamin line though. Am I using a CPAP? No. I don't really use my CPAP anymore because I've dropped like 40 pounds. You know, I was 305 pounds and then I hovered around like 285, 290 for a long time. Now I'm like 260, so I know that's still big, but it feels me. Damn, you're bald as hell. Well, I shaved my fucking head. What do you expect? How is my physique looking at the moment? Like, chocolate ice cream. It looks like shit. I'm not happy right now, but that's why I'm on the step mill. Give me a couple months. We'll be back to good shape. Why haven't I done any videos with Greg Doucette? Because Greg has his own channel, and Greg can do what he wants on his channel, and I have my own channel, and we don't really see eye to eye on a lot of things, and I just don't want to do a video with Greg Doucette. That's pretty much it. I only do videos with people I want to do videos with. I don't want to sit and talk to somebody for an hour that I don't really want to talk to. Chocolate ice cream is good. Maybe that was a bad analogy. Has there been a day where you felt lazy and dreaded doing the podcast? I don't ever dread doing the podcast. There are days where I'm like, maybe we should do it tomorrow. But like, every time I do it, after like the first 5 minutes, I start laughing with the boys. I'm glad I did it. It's always fun. But there are days where I'm like, I'd rather take the dog to the park or fucking hang out with my wife or something. But I always have fun with the guys, so it's good. Why is Paul bigger than you? Because I'm retired, man. Everybody's bigger than me now. What happened with Tregilly? Tregilly does what Tregilly does. Not everybody's gonna like it, but that's life. The drama is part of the industry, just deal with it. Thanks. I didn't know that. I haven't been in the industry for 20 fucking years. Do you think the IFBB will actually implement any regulations? I don't know. It's hard, man. None of the suggestions or regulations that people are discussing are foolproof. There's a problem with all of them. So none of them are perfect. So it's hard to say what should be implemented and what shouldn't be. Like, they all sound good on the surface, but once you start parsing them out and like really digging in, you can find a problem with all of them, right? So I don't know what they're gonna come up with and what they're not. Love the podcast. Thank you. Will you and the boys be at the Branch Warren show on June 25th? Yes, we will. Hostile is the title sponsor of Branch's show in Houston. I'll be there. Nick will be there. Ben will be there. Samson will be there. I believe Justin will be there. So yeah, it's going to be a really good time. Do you prefer being retired or competing? That's a good question. I love what I'm doing now. I love the podcast. I love the supplement company. I love being involved in the industry in a more positive way. Like, I get to put out really good products. I get to have a voice that maybe can help people. I get a lot of messages from people saying the podcast helps. That makes me feel good. On a selfish level, I miss competing, but it's kind of like one of those things where like I'm starting to get over it now. Like when you've done something in your life, you can say, okay, I did that. It's time to move on now. It's kind of like partying, right? Like people say, oh, don't you miss partying? And I say, I partied so fucking much between 20 and 25 that I don't really care. I'm almost getting to that point with bodybuilding a little bit, like not bodybuilding, but competing in bodybuilding. I did it for 20 years, so I'm kind of like, okay, that was good, I loved it, but now I'm ready to maybe contribute in a different way. What is your goal for body fat percentage? Under 10. I'd like to be like 8 or 9% all the time. You need a Just for Men sponsor. You're fucking right, I do. That's true. I gotta message them. When can we find tickets for the show at Aries Nutrition? Soon. Aries is gonna have the website up soon. You guys can buy tickets. It's gonna be awesome. How's Cade doing? Cade is fucking awesome. You know the only thing about Cade that's bothering me right now? He's got some type of allergy and he's itching like crazy. And it drives me fucking nuts watching him itch. I feel so bad for him. And I don't know how to fix it. So I think I'm gonna start either making his food from scratch, like people food, or I gotta find some solution, but I can't watch him itch anymore. What happened with Justin Harris? Nothing. Justin's a great dude. We sponsored him for a couple years. he decided he wanted to start his own supplement company, so he went off and started his own supplement company. I wish him the best. How was your day? It's going great. Wow, I'm out of breath. It might be the food. I did change his food. I bought like the highest fucking quality food from day one. And then I bought another high quality food. D-Block, what's up, man? How are you, man? So many different, I bought 3 different brands of like super high quality food. So I think finally I'm just gonna start making his food. This morning I made him beef, oatmeal, blueberries, and carrots with a little bit of olive oil. And I made him that, he liked it. So I'll see how I do that for like a week and see if it stops the itching. What else? With or with my cat. I don't even know. You guys are talking about my YouTube fucking shit. I don't even know what was playing. I'm just like, it's just running on fucking shuffle. Oh, what's going on? What else? Vertical diet for Cade. Yeah, it seems like it. Why did Brett do the Ohio photo shoot knowing his images? Oh, I don't know, man. You know, listen, like, I don't want any drama with anybody, you know? It's like, this fucking life's too fucking short. You know, people message me about fucking Greg Doucette and about fucking Nick Trigilli and about fucking Brett and about, listen, man, life's too fucking short. You know, John was 49 years old. Cedric is fucking 44 years old. My mom passed away like 6 months ago. My mind is, there's so much shit going on. I'm trying to run a company, trying to run a podcast. It's like, I don't give a shit about, I don't care anymore. I don't have time for it, man. Running this company is like a full-time fucking job between me and my wife and my brother, and there's no time for any other bullshit. Just focus on my business, you know? It's like Branch said to me. Branch Warren said something to me on a podcast. I asked him, I said, hey, do you ever look around at other competitors and see what they're doing, like to help motivate you or just see what's going on? And Branch said to me, I don't fucking look around at shit. He said, I stay in my own fucking lane and I work as hard as I can. And as long as I do that, everything is going to work out for me. And that's it. Branch summed it up right there. Just stay in your own fucking lane and don't worry about any other bullshit. And that's what I'm going to do. What else is up with you guys? Man, I'm fucking wiped out. But I've been on here for 36 minutes now. So I want to thank you guys. I'm going to be past the time. Thank you for the condolences. Will there be an abundance of the new protein flavor? Yes, there will. Is Nathan coming back on the podcast? Maybe. I don't know. I like Nathan. He's fucking hilarious. On PEDs, death, health, can you do a podcast talking about progressing without PEDs? Well, that's not really my specialty. I think it'd be weird if I talked about progressing without PEDs because I did them for 20 years. So, but what I did do is I did a podcast with, I believe it's Bob Waterhouse. So you go to my channel, look up Bob Waterhouse. I think it's Waterhouse. I hope I'm not fucking up his name. He's natural. And we talked about, he's a natural IFBB pro actually in Classic. And we talked about for an hour about how to gain muscle, how to get big, how we turn pro, all while being natural. So you guys should go watch. Are like off right now, or like because it's not really a fair comparison because we're off and we're retired, because we built, like, look, it's way easier to maintain muscle than to build muscle. So like, man, I've been eating like 3 meals a day, and like I still train hard, but like I'm still 265. Like, it's not hard to hold on to your mass. So I still don't know if it would be an accurate podcast to say like this is how you do it natural. But if we're talking about holding on to muscle, I can say, look, it's really the same thing. Stay around calorie maintenance or a little lower if you want to lose fat. Train your ass off, do some cardio. Like, it's not any different. But if you're talking about building muscle from scratch, being natural, I don't know if I can really speak on that in a high level. Got to get JP on the podcast again. Yeah, JP is a fucking bodybuilding treasure. Come on the next gasp tour to Sweden. Yeah, I would. It'd be fun. Do you still eat junk? Fuck, way too much. But now that I'm doing cardio again and I'm losing weight, I'm cutting the junk out. Not totally, but most of it. I have a shittier back than Ben, so imagine how bad I feel when you make fun. Listen, man, we all have shitty body parts. You just gotta live with it. When are you coming out with a weightlifting belt? I don't know if I will. I like Cardillos. I don't know if we'll be doing an affiliate program. We're kind of an athlete-based company. I like the athletes to really, really do well. Why don't you have females on the podcast? I don't know, not for any specific reason. I mean, I've had Missy on the podcast. I don't know. It's like bros. It's like, it's hard. I don't have a lot of girl friends. So it's like, I don't know. It's just, the podcast is organic. I don't like pick and choose who to be on the podcast. It's just people I get along with. And I have a lot of girlfriends, so it's just the way it happened, just the way it turned out. How are you balancing all these different aspects of your life? Fuck. Horribly. Some days I don't know, man. Some days, between like the emotional shit that's going on with like deaths in my life, the business podcast, and then my own personal wants of like training and shit, the only thing I just try and, I'm fucking cheesy, but I just try and keep going, man. Like, every day I have a list. Like, I wake up, the first thing I think of when I wake up is like, okay, what do I have to do today? And I just start going. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it wrong, but that's life. Like, look, man, you're not gonna do everything perfect every day. You're gonna make bad decisions, you're gonna make bad choices. Sometimes you're gonna fuck up, sometimes you're not. You just gotta, you make a mistake, you correct it and move on. And that's it. Get Tilda on the podcast. Yeah, that's a possibility. I like Tilda. You get along good. Do you find it odd when people ask you to sign different athletes all the time? No, actually, it makes me feel bad because I want to sign all the athletes. Like, I like, there's many people I like that have reached out to me that have been like, hey, can we sign with your company? And fuck, I want to sign all of them. Like, I really do. But every company has a budget, right? So it's like, I can't just sign whoever I want. So I have to like pick and choose, and timing is a big deal. Like, you set your budget for the beginning of the year, and sometimes it can change, sometimes it can't. So yeah, I don't find it strange when people say that stuff. I just get guilty. I feel guilty when they say that stuff because I'm like, I can't just sign everybody even though I want to. Meadows was an amazing man, an encyclopedia of information, health-wise, and life in general. Who would you consider to be the closest to John's intelligence regarding bodybuilding and health in today's industry? Well, I'll say this. Nobody matches John's personality. I don't think there's anybody in the industry today that can live up to who John was. And I'm not just saying that because he's my friend. He was just he's a very different kind of person. And I don't see anybody like him. I want to say Stan Efferding off the top of my head. Stan's very forthcoming with information. He's very willing to help. He's a very good person. I've never seen him like fighting with anybody or like, you know, Stan comes to mind, JP comes to mind, but something about John's personality that's just different than the rest. And I just don't know if anybody right now I can see personally that lives up to who he was. But yeah, Stan and JP come to mind. Bring a girl or for a guy on the next podcast. Don't tell guy and make it a matchmaker episode. That'll go horribly wrong. Fuck, man, I've been on here 45 minutes. Guys, I gotta go. I'm like, my legs are probably shrinking more than they already have. I love you guys. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you guys for the support. Man, I really, really mean it. I don't think it's really hard for me to express through a fucking phone or even in person, because I get weird in person. But it's really hard for me to express. I appreciate you guys' support of me and the company and the podcast, and I love you guys, man. Thank you so much. See you guys maybe tomorrow, maybe next time. Later. If I can turn this thing off.